Bitcoin finally starting to succumb to some of this market selling pressure that's pretty pervasive in the past couple of days. Let's jump right to the charts. You got BTC later yesterday with a very large stalling candle right here, inverted hammer on the 2 hour, very heavy volume. That in itself, especially in this situation, is a decent sell signal. As of right now, we're trying to roll over. Volume is increasing, and the whole market is really selling off right now. Double digits almost across the board. It seems to be getting more aggressive. Just about 20 minutes ago, these are about 10%. Now we're at 11 and 13%. Uh, so what do you do now? Well, if you're not really capable of shorting or don't know how to short or intimidated by shorting, there's really not much to do. You just kind of wait. You wait and sit for Bitcoin to come back down into some kind of a price regularity, or even other cryptos for the most part. You got BNB, which is testing support completely. Ethereum still within its channel and everything, but not doing so good, and other coins that have just completely lost all kinds of support. So we're basically going from a correction into more of a bear market situation right now. The question is, how far will we go? Are we going to stop on a dime and go sideways or reverse? There are a few tokens still holding up, but for the most part, this market is kind of falling apart at the moment. BTC doing a good job of holding up. The question is, will it, and how long can it do it for? We'll see going forward. But right now, there's really not much to do. If you are looking to short BTC, there's a couple of things you could do. You could, if you're looking to short it now, you could put a stop above the recent high, which is about 65,936, give or take, and that could be a decent stop up. Decent stop for a short. A better stop though would be up here, about 4% higher at the 63 300 level, a little bit above that. But if you do that, you're hoping that Bitcoin has a larger break to the downside, right? You're hoping that this continues lower, and we maybe end up in the middle of my arbitrary box that I drew here. This box there's nothing special about this box in the bottom of it. I just kind of drew it as what a potential range could be. Ideally, though, if you want this bull trend to hold up, you don't want this low to be broken, this 56,550 here. If that breaks, then all bets are off, and we're in for very likely a multi-month drawdown, a bear market, essentially. All right, so let's get to the hot coins of the day, which are to the downside, and they seem to keep getting a little bit lower. So Filecoin here in a full-blown H pattern. An H pattern looks like a lowercase h. And I probably don't have to draw it, but you can pretty much see it right there. An H pattern looks like a lowercase h, and there's two ways you can take measured moves off of this. You can take the extreme downtrend here, from there all the way to the low of the candle, and you can just move that candle from, you can do it two ways, from the high of the H or the low of the H. So if you go from the high, it's a way to not be so greedy but still take profits. Your stop would be up here and your profit target would be down there. Profits at about 37.25, stops at about 44 489. If you go to the bottom of this, then you're looking at your entry being at 4.101. But if you want to do it here, you could put your stop up there, short here if you wanted to, and it makes your target down there at 3.404. So we'll see about that. But it's all a judgment call whether you want to do something like that or not. This has been in a large cascade already. So if you do that, you will have to take profits. I wouldn't assume this would just continue falling, but crypto can do some crazy things. And if you look in the context, this really isn't out of the stretch of imagination from going back and testing these lows. Next up is Uniswap. Uniswap is being sold off pretty hard. Didn't even have an H pattern here, and tried to hold up, tried to break out the 1178, couldn't do it, and now is handily rolling over. So similar situation, your stops could be above here, which right now is a little bit wide at about 7.5%. You're looking at about the 10-15 level for a stop, give or take. And again, you're looking for that to come all the way back down if you're looking to short. If you're not, like I stated earlier, you don't have to do anything. It's okay. You can paper trade. I'd much rather paper trade than potentially lose a bunch of money in a wild swing in the market. But the market definitely is bearish right now. Most of the altcoins look to be in full-blown bear territory. Crypto, or Bitcoin rather, as of right now, is really just in a correction still. It hasn't rolled over into bear market territory, so that's a saving grace. It has happened where Bitcoin has been fairly steady, where the altcoins have fallen apart, but I think it's only happened once, so it's a pretty rare scenario. But we'll see what happens going forward here. Nobody does know the future, unfortunately. So protect your accounts. That's really the best thing you can do right now. All right, everyone, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.